Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. This update is absolutely wild. Everyone, oh my goodness, if this is all accurate, which I suspect it may be, Blake Lively, you're terrible. You are truly terrible, and we all knew it. Let's dive into this. Before addressing the update, I have to inform you, for those who are unaware, we reported yesterday that Blake Lively's attorney supposedly threatened Taylor Swift and coerced her to make a public statement backing Blake, or else private messages would be unveiled. They also accused Blake of requesting Taylor to erase text messages. This was the initial letter dispatched by Brian Freeman. Well, Blake Lively's team was exceptionally swift in their response. I've never observed such a rapid reply from them because this headline spread like wildfire. They promptly addressed all the media outlets. Well, no, we refute it. We refute it. This isn't accurate. Naturally, since the media is in their favor, all these outlets are just acquiescing. And indeed, Blake's reply is included as well. I've never witnessed more individuals achieving their desires through media coverage than these two. It's astonishing, but Brian Freeman countered this. This was a letter where it should be highlighted that it was sourced anonymously, and they're once again exploiting us. This is unequivocally false. There's no proof. Meanwhile, it's not signed by Gottlieb. It's not signed. I promise you, this isn't true. It was signed by Ezra Hudson, a different attorney, not from that firm, which struck me as peculiar. It raised a significant alert. If you're going to respond so vehemently and refute it, perhaps it would be wise to have the lawyer in question make their own denial. Brian quickly highlighted that point. In his reply that was just released, we write in response to this motion to ask the court to dismiss my correspondence. This letter was submitted concerning Ms. Lively's consolidated defendant, Ms. Reynolds, along with the defendants, claiming to notify the court of their wish to intervene in a case currently before a federal court regarding a motion from Taylor Swift's firm, Venable, to nullify the subpoena served on them by my office. The basis for the motion is that I have supposedly made a willful and unapologetic misrepresentation to the court, asserting that the information presented in the May 14th letter is inaccurate and baseless. That is untrue. Included here as Exhibit 1 is an affidavit executed under the penalty of perjury, outlining the factual foundation for the claims made in my letter. Importantly, the motion is not endorsed by Michael Gottlieb. I noticed that too. Brian Freeman, whose actions prompted my office's assertiveness regarding a subpoena to Taylor Swift's firm, but rather by another attorney from a separate firm representing Lively. The motion criticizes the May 14th letter for being submitted without any backing whatsoever, let alone any sworn statement. This opposition provides the sworn affidavit that Lively contends the letter was lacking. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, the motion asserts that the facts detailed in the 14th letter are unequivocally and demonstrably untrue, yet it is devoid of any sworn declaration to substantiate that claim, particularly not from Mr. Gottlieb. Essentially, is asserting, "Alright, I've sworn this is all genuine. Let's get your perspective, Mr. Gottlieb." The request additionally argues that the correspondence was inappropriate because it does not request any form of relief, is unrelated to any current motions before the court, and thus serves no valid purpose. Similarly, it could be said about Lively's note dated May 13th, which she asserts was provided as a courtesy and for which she did not ask the lower courts to take any action. The defense for Lively asserts that the subpoena issued to Taylor Swift seeks communications from the Lively defendant's attorney, including those of Michael Gottlieb, without any clarification regarding their relevance to this case. Since Ms. Lively acknowledges in her letter that she did not request that the court take any action, nor could she, as the motion to quash the subpoena is still pending, it is clear that the letter was filled with the court undermining the fair parties and their lawyers, thus necessitating our response. He's saying that his response is warranted because this situation is utterly absurd. They are mirroring exactly what we are doing, which they undeniably are. This is all part of both parties involved. It's not solely Justin's camp. Blake's camp is equally engaged in this. They're both manipulating the media narrative. And when Blake's team pretends, "Oh, we're better, we're not engaging in this chaos. Please, everyone in the industry is having a laugh at your expense, Blake and Ryan. You appear foolish. You truly do. So, here we go. This is what the sworn affidavit outlines. Are you prepared for this? Sit tight for what Brian Freeman states under the threat of perjury. Here are further details from that source. I, Brian Freeman, representing all concerned parties, officially present this affidavit opposing Blake Lively's motion to strike, elaborating on the grounds for the subpoena directed at Taylor Swift. Brian said, on February 14, 2025, I got a voice message from an individual very closely associated with Taylor Swift, whom I promptly returned the call that same day out of respect for the person involved. I am not disclosing their identity at this moment. However, should the court require me to do so, I will adhere to the court's directive during the February 14th phone call, which spanned approximately 1 hour. The caller informed me that they had been told that J. Douglas Baldridge, legal counsel for Taylor Swift and a partner at Venable, had received a call from Michael Gottlieb, legal counsel for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, during which Mr. Gottlieb, on behalf of Ms. Lively, requested that Taylor Swift issue a social media statement in support of Ms. Lively, considering her absence from that year's Super Bowl, and noted that if Ms. Swift did not comply, Ms. Lively would disclose 10 years of private messages with Ms. Swift. The individual also relayed to me that they had learned Ms. Baldridge had accused Mr. Gottlieb of blackmail and concluded the call. During the same conversation on the 14th, the individual mentioned that they had heard Ms. Lively had previously requested Ms. Swift to erase her text messages with her. I was introduced to this person through a mutual acquaintance who indicated that they wished to speak. We have engaged in several conversations since February 14th. In a subsequent call with the same individual, they informed me that Mr. Baldridge had sent a written message to Mr. Gottlieb concerning their telephonic discussion. My office issued a subpoena to Taylor Swift in order to obtain the aforementioned written correspondence. I solemnly affirm under the threat of perjury. Guys, do you realize the enormity of this situation and how it's all backfiring on Blake and Ryan? This is unbelievable. Once again, I'm going to market this shirt. I've donned it again. Taylor Swift is proclaiming, I am nobody's dragon girl. I am not your dragon. I've kept quiet. I've stayed out of it. But girl, now that I'm being dragged into this, you're about to be steamrolled because I won't hold back. And you can bet, I'd wager that all of this was like, well, you have to do that. You have to serve me. Yes, here's the tip, but you didn't hear it from us. You need to push it. And I can imagine there's a part of Taylor that's somewhat thinking, yes, subpoena me, bring it on. I mean, as Ron said yesterday, Ron Zambrano mentioned that every celebrity pushes back. All this kind of drama happens. But man, this is messy. Notice how Taylor Swift, one of the most legally aggressive figures in the industry, isn't stepping forward to refute any of this. Usually, when her friends, women under criticism, find themselves in the spotlight like this, she's very prompt to go after and declare, having her team silence everyone. It's astounding the influence Taylor Swift possesses. Love her or dislike her, it's all true. The fact that she's not, well, we'll see. Give it a day or so. If we don't hear from Taylor today to put an end to all of this and clarify matters, well, that tells you everything. And I wouldn't be shocked if I wagered that someone on Taylor's team has confirmed this to Justin's team. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this isn't directly from them. We totally understand the frustration. We want to assist, but we can't unless you issue a subpoena, just like the New York Times did with Blake Lively regarding those messages, right? So, we really need this. If you're going to proceed, it's all going to come back to bite her. Why on earth would she wish to erase those messages? I'm so intrigued. Who is this informant? Oh my goodness, this is getting exciting. This is getting exciting. Can you conceive the pressure Blake and Ryan are under at this moment? Because everything is coming to a head just as I anticipated. I've received word from reliable sources that this is about to blow up. All these trolls supporting Blake on behalf of Amber are going to look ridiculous. I heard everyone else. Naturally, they will. They're all going to seem so foolish when the truth emerges. When those in Blake and Ryan's corner who have stayed silent start making statements. When more and more revelations come forth to confirm what we've all been saying. All the streamers, all the media outlets are scared of Ryan and Blake because they still have considerable influence. That's why this narrative is so crucial and why it's so twisted.